Manila Mayor and former President Joseph Estrada's political fortunes was in limbo with a disqualification case filed against him before the Supreme Court. But today, the High Tribunal ruled in his favor. Now, what is the impact of the decision to the former president's political future? Now, will he seek a second term or make another bid for the presidency? Joining us tonight on NewsLife is Mr. Ramon Casiple, one of the country's top political analysts. Good evening, sir. Welcome to NewsLife.
Good evening.
Sir, now, did you expect the Supreme Court to rule in favor of Mayor Estrada?
Well, personally, yes. If you read the pardon decision of the President GMA, there was really, in the dispositive section, the statement that his civil and political rights are fully restored. So that's the legal, from the legal point of view.
Now, sir, the pardon issued by former President Arroyo to Mayor Estrada, now, can that apply to anyone seeking public office in the future if pardoned by a president?
Yes, if the same situation arises, meaning a sitting president gives full pardon with restoration of civil political rights.
Now, with the Supreme Court ruling, now how will this impact to the political future of Mayor Estrada?
Well, basically he can sleep soundly because his political career is still there. The only another controversial decision that he can make is running again for the presidency.
No, because why do you say that?
There was an earlier case in 2010 during the time when he ran for presidency. That case was filed in the Supreme Court based on different grounds. This one is on constitutional grounds which ban a president from having a second term. But before the Supreme Court can issue a decision, the election was over and he lost. So it was moot in academic.
Okay.
You can expect, of course, that this time, if he files again, there will be still another case against him.
So with this, but if, as you said, if Mayor Estrada cannot run for the presidency, can he run for any other posts, or do you think he will run again as for re-election?
Of course, that's already settled politically and I think legally. When, for example, former President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo ran as congresswoman in her district, there's no ban either in the Constitution or under our laws. A president, a former president, from running for any other office. The ban, the constitutional ban, is only in the same office, in the presidency.
Now, moving forward, Mr. Casiple, now will former President Estrada maintain his alliance with Vice President Binay?
Well, they are already an alliance. That's one. Secondly, there has to be political developments. Not this case, but a break off in the alliance would be if Vice President Binay chooses another for his vice presidential candidate, because that was the basis of UNA. Senator Jinggoy Estrada was supposed to be the vice presidential bet of UNA, but of course the problem that is in jail at this time will have an impact on that.
Now, with Senator Grace Bo maybe in the running for the presidency, although she hasn't said anything, do you see a major realignment? Do you think Mayor Estrada will actually align if Senator Grace Bo decides to run?
Well, former President Estrada is on record saying that if Senator Grace Bo ran, he will campaign for her. That at least as far as the public position is concerned. But if we're talking the realities of negotiations among presidential bets, there is of course that possibility. But that is contingent on Senator Grace Bo actually making the decision to run as president.
Hypothetically, if that happens, do you think Vice President Binay can still win the race?
Well, nothing can prevent him from running, even the cases against him, with accusation against him. I wouldn't And I think he already said that even if Senator Gracepo runs, he will still run.
So, and finally, a final word from you, sir. What do you see next happening? We know it's still a year and a half away, but from now until then, how do you see this panning out?
Well, this is the period where decisions are made whether to run or not. And in fact, I have a sneaking suspicion that during the holidays and during the papal visit, these decisions are being made. The situation now is, of course, based on a decision to run. They are going after the financiers, they're going after the network, the alliances, and so on. Because after the process, then they may go public. That would be around April, May, June.
Just to add to that, sir, with the Pope visiting us in the Philippines, do you think the people's mindset are different now? The outlook has changed?
Well, as far I think as
in
Catholic,
terms of what will
Catholic faith is concerned, yes, of course, it's a very big thing for the Filipino Catholics about the papal visit. But if you're talking temporal things like elections and issues such as corruption and so on, it would really depend on how deep was the impact of the papal messages on our politicians and our people. That remains to be seen. Yeah.
Okay. On that note, thank you very much for joining us here tonight on NewsLife. That was Mr. Ramon Casiple, one of the country's top political analysts.